the start list for the men's vault competition here in Munich. The top performer in qualification, Armenia's Artur Davtyan. Glorious, gorgeous execution in the preliminary round. Can he keep it up as a strong list of contenders makes their way out onto the competition floor to try to win European Championship vault gold? Great atmosphere in the Olympiahalle in Munich, and thank you very much for being part of that wherever you're watching the action from, whatever time of day or night, whether you're watching from within Europe or further afield. We are so thrilled to have your company for the last day of Munich 2022. My name's Ollie Hochben and I'm alongside Blythe Lawrence to bring you all of the action from the European Championships. And at this time, let's say a huge thank you to all of the volunteers that have made the gymnastics competition and all of the other sports at Munich 2022 operate with the smoothness that they have done. Volunteers have been unfailingly friendly and excited to be part of this. At the gymnastics arena, there are so many people who actually are gymnasts themselves. Great example is the young volunteer who's working in the broadcast area, who herself is a gymnast, now a coach, and already qualifying as a judge at the age of 19. It's great to see so many young people who love the sports volunteering at a major competition. If it's something that you're interested in doing, please do get in touch with the various governing bodies and local organising committees when an event's happening near you. It's always a great experience to be part of any championships or multi-sport games. Thank you, volunteers, for all your hard work. The men's vault final, here we go. Let's look at the runners and riders. France, represented by Leo Saladino, part of the team that finished 5th. He's the 6th strongest qualifier here. Made it to the Junior World Championship vault final in 2019. He's still only 20. The man who won that competition is right in front of you now. Gabriel Bertanetti of Romania, the Junior World Champion and Junior European Champion the year after. Now the 20-year-old might be coming of age. He was 3rd in the preliminary round. From Switzerland, Andrin Frey, gymnast who was 8th strongest in qualification. Part of the team that finished 4th. Vault champion at the Swiss Championships earlier this year. From Great Britain, Jake Jarman comes into this final in place of Gianni Regini Moran.
Representing Azerbaijan, for Azerbaijan,
Azerbaijan's Ivan Tikhanov, the 9th strongest in qualification. Now the gymnast from Armenia, who is the favourite, Artur Davtyan, top qualifier and Olympic bronze medalist from Tokyo. Only gymnast to score 15 plus across the 2 vaults in qualification.
representing Ukraine, for the
Ukraine's Igor Radivilov, 2nd strongest in qualification and the reigning 2-time European vault champion. And the last to go, Courtney Tulloch of Great Britain. 4th strongest in qualification. He's just taken a medal on the still rings. And he won a team title with Great Britain yesterday. So then, the vault final, and it's clear, Blythe, that from an execution standpoint, Artur Davtyan is the man that everyone's going to need to beat if he can do what he did in qualification.
He was just extraordinary in qualification. He has good difficulty, but not the highest difficulty in the field. But what he did have, where he blew everyone away, was in the execution scores, both of them higher than 9.5. And to put that into perspective, the second highest execution in the qualifying round was just above 9.3. So you talk about the type of advantage that a gymnast like Artur Davtyan has, just as long as he can do those vaults the way that he did in qualification, which is always a question.
Well, the change to the order is that Jake Jarman of Great Britain has come in ahead of Gianni Regini Moran, who it seems has withdrawn from the vault final. Jake Jarman was the 7th strongest in qualification and was not eligible to participate due to the 2 per country rule, with Courtney Tulloch and Gianni Regini Moran being in 4th and 5th place. So it's Jake Jarman who now comes in to that final.
And this is really exciting because just like on floor exercise, from a difficulty perspective, he brings the hardest vault that we will see potentially in this final. It's valued out of a 6.0. Everybody else does something in the neighborhood of 5.6 or 5.2, with the exception of Courtney Tulloch, who also will be attempting, we think, a 6.0 vault, but they are the only 2.
Very interesting. This vault final is about to get underway.
Let's start into this final on first gymnast.
Leo Saladino of France. Now, he began with a 5.6 difficulty and then had a 5.2 difficulty vault. This was his best vault in qualification.
Well, very interesting beginning because he does go for a 5.6 difficulty, so it's fairly high. However, there are notable execution errors, both in his body position in the air as well as on the landing. Let's take another look. The leg form with his legs bent almost into the tuck position actually means that he might not get full difficulty for this vault, but I think that he will, and they will just take a significant execution deduction for the bent legs. And then on the landing, there was a really big lunge back, greater than the width of his shoulders, so that too will likely cost him 0.5 of a point.
14.366 for Leo Saladino, down by almost 0.3 from qualification. Second vault was a 5.2 difficulty in qualification. It was the better executed of the 2 vaults.
This should have a different entry position than the first vault. It does. Handspring double front, but of course falling on the landing, that will be a full mark in execution. It's just not been his day.
The signs are good for Leo Saladino. He has got some form matters to work out, particularly in flight in the vault, but he has been promising at these championships.
In the air, this was a far better vault than the first vault that he showed. It was just that he didn't have a great deal of height nor rotation coming off of the table, what they call the repulsion phase, where you put your hands on the table, and as a result wasn't able to get it to his feet.
13.033 for his second vault, for an aggregate of 13.699. So that's down by close to a full mark from qualification for Leo Saladino. Here's a gymnast who, based on qualification, is very much part of the discussion. Gabriel Bortonete, junior world champion from 2019, the inaugural junior world champion, and the junior European champion the year after.
He has 2 vaults valued at 5.6. This is the first.
Again, he has quite a wayward landing, big step, but there is a lot that's positive about his execution of the vaults.
This is the same vault that we just saw from Leo Saladino, the Kasamatsu with a double twist. And it was far cleaner in the air than Saladino's, but the landing looked pretty comparable. The really large step back and to the side. From this angle, we'll be able to see whether he stepped over the white tram lines. And yes, with 1 foot that he did, so he will have an additional penalty of 1/10 of a point. That said, the twist is fairly clean. It's very tidy. It looks good in the air. It's just the landing that needs to be improved.
14.566, down by almost 3/10 from qualification, 0.1 penalty being an important part of that. Second vault to come for Gabriel Bortonete. Again, not the most steady of landings from him, but a lot of amplitude in that vault. So he's played his parts.
He is the heir apparent for Romania to the great Marian Dragulescu. And here he shows us the great Marian Dragulescu's namesake vault, handspring double front with a half turn. Plenty of potential on this, really good block off of the table. And like you said, it's just the dismount where he has problems. He actually opts to do the half twist a bit earlier than many gymnasts do. And with both feet going outside the white line, there will be a deduction of 0.3 that we'll see in the penalty.
He will nonetheless go into the lead. 14.066 for the second vault. 14.316 in total for Gabriel Bortonete. So he loses just over 4/10 from qualification. Now to Andrin Frey from Switzerland, a part of the team that finished 4th. He was the 8th best performer in qualifying.
And he ups his difficulty on the first vault. A really nice looking Dragulescu, just like what we saw from Gabriel Bortonete.
Yes, that's a real change, isn't it? Because he posted a 5.0 difficulty in qualification, so 6/10 gained. Dragulescu vault with that extra half turn, gaining you 4/10 from the Roche.
Powerful presentation, chest slightly low on landing, but he does a good job of minimizing the landing deduction. Fairly small hop. Just like on floor exercise, you want to think about landing deduction, small, medium, and large, 0.1, 0.3, 0.5. That's probably just 0.1 and a little something for the chest position.
14.7. Now that's the first real upward move we've seen from qualification. The extra difficulty meaning he gains almost half a mark. Could put himself into play here. Andrin Frey from Switzerland, 21-year-old reigning national champion.
Ground off, half on, layout, 1.5 twist off. It has a difficulty tariff of only 5.0, which is comparatively less than some of the vaults that we will see. But you cannot argue with a cleanly delivered, almost stuck vault like that.
Yes, that was beautiful, wasn't it, from Andrew Frey? Very elegant vaulting, actually. So it seems he's switched his vaults around from the qualification process. That vault that we've just seen there was the one that counted for the team in the team qualification.
Lovely lift off the table, tidy twist, is able to spot the landing, see the mat coming, and just the smallest shuffle of his feet. Here's a look back at the first vault, the Dragulescu. Power and finesse showcased by Andrew Frey.
A bullseye potentially from Andrew Frey. He will surely go into the lead. 14.3, that leads to an average score of 14.5 for Andrew Frey, and he is indeed in the gold medal position. Execution is trumping difficulty at the moment in this vault final.
And it's strategy, isn't it, Ollie? He chose to do something that had a lesser difficulty tariff than some of the vaults we'll see here. However, the execution is much higher than some of the vaults that we'll see here. So it's a trade-off, and the gymnasts have to determine what is right for them.
Time for Gabriel Bertonette after Andrew Frey to lob some T-shirts into the crowd. Warm-ups now taking place. Very interesting when we think about this great venue, the Olympiahalle in Munich, and the massive names that we've spoken about. Well, never is it more apparent in a vault competition where we talk about our Kasamatsus and our Tsukaharas. Well, Kasamatsu Shigeru and Tsukahara Mitsuo were part of the team that won Japan an Olympic title in this building in 1972. 50 years on, and their names are still being thrown around every vault competition. Fascinatingly, neither of them won a vault medal. It was Klaus Kuster of East Germany took the title. Now we go to Jake Jarman. He's come in for Gianni Regini Moran, and he has real potential from a difficulty standpoint. This is a gymnast who's the reigning Commonwealth Games vault champion. An unexpected chance for him here.
His first vault should be the Dragulescu, handspring double front half out.
Indeed it is. Again landing adjustment from Jake Jarman, but with a big vault we expect to come.
Terrific mechanics to this vault. His push off the table is excellent. Height and distance, plenty of time to open out his body after the half twist. Yes, he takes at least 0.3 of a point on the landing, but in terms of body position in the air, this is the best that we've seen.
5,6 Ausgang, schöner Tablesko, richtig hoch, leicht überdreht, muss einen Schritt da hinten machen, aber er ist noch so jung.
Really just drops out of the sky. So impressive.
The score is 14.766, down by 2/10 from qualification. Now, can he improve, down by 1/10 from qualification, with this second vault, the Yonezawa vault that he did in qualification, which he didn't manage to land cleanly?
He missed it in qualification, but he threw it in the team final, and then he did manage to land it, and it was fabulous.
We know he can do this. What's he attempting?
There it is.
Now that has suddenly put Jake Jarman into the vault picture. Wow.
Wow, indeed.
We weren't expecting him to even be in the final. He might be in play.
It's amazing because he almost seems to jog up to the springboard. And yet this is a twist more, a whole 360-degree turn more than what we have seen from so many others on this vault all week. Kasamatsu with 2.5 twists, and amazing, he does not put his legs into the helicopter position. Sometimes gymnasts twist their legs one over the other to help them twist. His position is phenomenal.
50 years after the great Kasamatsu won a team title here, an evolution of his great vault scores Jake Jarman 15.2 and moves him into the gold medal position with 14.983. And there we see the direction in which the sport goes. Legends create legends, don't they? Here's Ivan Tikhonov. Little piked, but otherwise pretty stable.
Yes, indeed. This is the Yurchenko double pike vault, and much better than he did it in the qualification. At that time, he took a 0.1 penalty for his landing. Today, it was much more solid. Better body position, too, in the air than in qualification. Still a slight under rotation, necessitating the step forward. He probably loses again 0.3 for the step and something for his chest being low to the ground. But overall, well done.
Sechsundzwanzig.
26-year-old Ivan Tikhonov, now based in Baku. He competed at the Olympic Games in the all-around competition.
Das letzte Mal habe ich diese Spiele über den Bildschirm gesehen. Christian Thomas, langer Typ damals, aber hat auch performt. Das war sehr beeindruckend. Aber größer als ich und ich bin 1,74.
Wir brauchen mal die Hände für die Reihe. Come on!
14.533, that is a clear 2/10 better than, or single tenth I should say, better than qualification. Now we see his second vault, another of the gymnasts who switched them around from qualification where he was competing as part of the team.
This is going to be his easier vault out of a 5.2. It's the same vault that we just saw from Jake Jarman minus a full twist. This is the Kasamatsu 1.5 twists.
As a result, it is 2 lots of 4/10 down in difficulty. 4/10 for each half twist added.
Well performed, well done to get the twist around. He didn't get the greatest push or block off of the horse, which is so important for gymnasts, pushing through his shoulders. Doesn't get tremendous height either, and so has to twist really fast and make a quick adjustment as his feet hit the mat.
This is the score for Bischoff.
14 for the second vault for Ivan Tikhonov. That's down by a third of a mark from qualification. 14.266 in all for him. That has him in fourth position. It's Jarman, Frey and Bortonete 1, 2 and 3, but with a real gap of almost half a mark. Almost illustrated by the way they're sitting on the couch at the moment. But hang on just a moment, shall we? Here is Artur Davtyan of Armenia, the top performer in qualification. Now he will not have the difficulty of Jake Jarman, but the execution is usually terrific.
First vault, Dragulescu. Wow, so beautiful!
It is balletic vaulting, isn't it, from Artur Davtyan? And he always manages to stroll away from the vaulting table like he's just picked up the newspaper from the doorstep on a Sunday morning. Effortless looking.
It's fantastic in the air, but it's the landing that is just the most stunning facet of this already stunning vault. Perfect position, his chest isn't too low, and that's a stick. We don't see many of those on vault these days.
As we often say, he's one of the few who never drags a Dragulescu. 15.066. Excellent score. Close to qualification.
So far, difficulty-wise, he is level with Jake Jarman. This vault also out of a 5.6, so he loses 4/10. But let's see how he executes it. Completely different vault, but usually no less beautiful.
Now this is going to be fascinating to see. There's a little landing adjustment from Artur Davtyan, but his overall execution of the vault was majestic. He will be sacrificing a little difficulty to Jake Jarman, who is currently in the lead on a score just shy of 15. Davtyan just above 15 for his first vault.
Handspring front layout with 2.5 twists. Known as the handspring Randy. And look at the legs glued together in the air. Look at the straight body position. There's no piking at all. There's the smallest of hops, but that probably costs him a mere 10th.
This is going to be very tight. 14.9 for Artur Davtyan. Now hang on a moment, because that means that he's got exactly the same score as Jake Jarman, 14.983, but Jarman remains in the lead. Single highest scoring vault, 14.983 for Jake Jarman. Same average as Artur Davtyan, but he's in the lead. Jake Jarman a 15.2 for one of his vaults. Incredible. Now we have Igor Radivilov, the reigning European champion, just to get into the mix and make this even more fascinating. And like Artur Davtyan, who's just performed, an Olympic medalist on vault.
Capable of greatness as well. Also a wonderful Dragulescu. One of the great masters of this vault. a man who was so good at it that he once trained something even harder. And ever since he has done that, he has made the Dragulescu look easy. Really clean. Note that his legs are almost together in the air.
The only real differentiating factor between him and Artur Davtyan is that sense of Davtyan floating to the ground and Radivilo having a very slightly jarred landing. It's not a great deal, is it?
No, and he does a good job to minimize the deduction that he takes for that landing.
14.833 is the score for Radivilo, exactly as he performed in qualification. Now the reigning European champion stepping forward to produce his second, should say, reigning two-time European champion. He won the title in 2020 as well. He's certainly got a good chance of getting onto the podium here with Andrew Frey in third position on 14.5. Very good vaulting from Radivilo. He's up there. He's certainly up there. And my goodness, when you think about what this individual has endured of late, the man from Mariupol, what his world has become, to do that, superb.
He has been living and training in Germany, and here he has prepared for this European Championships. He is prepared to do this second vault, the Sugihara double pike, a vault that has been mostly reliable for him in the past, but not always. Today, it was right on.
3 points to beat for Igor Radivilo. In Summe 14,983 Punkte sind zu schlagen jetzt von Igor Radivilo, an Position 1 zu kommen. Und es sind...
What a fascinating looking podium this is shaping up to be. 14.966 for Radivilo. 14.899 average. He goes into the bronze medal position. The last to go is Courtney Tulloch. So just to remind you that it is Jake Jarman ahead. Guaranteed first ever vault gold medal for Great Britain at the European Championships. What can Courtney Tulloch do? You know what, that's not a bad start at all. Just to remind ourselves that Courtney Tulloch had a very bad allergic reaction the night before the team final. That's why he didn't perform on floor. How he's got himself into this state to produce this quality of gymnastics is incredible.
Given what he has been through, it is amazing. Very nice Dragulescu. Plenty of time in the air to open out and spot the landing. Just a slight shuffle of his feet as he lands. Very efficient in the rotation.
14.7 is the score for Courtney Tulloch. 14.899 average is bronze. 14.983 is silver and gold, with the highest scoring vault, breaking the tie, hence why Jake Jarman leads.
And here is where he could make some noise toward the top of the leaderboard. If he does what he is planning to do, this is a Sugihara double tuck with a full twist. Also valued out of 6.0, with what Jake Jarman displayed on his second vault, the very hardest vault we will see in this final.
Oh, what an effort from Courtney Tulloch of Great Britain. He nearly had it. And again, when you consider what he's endured and what he's given for the team, it's a sensational display, and it means that, barring a mathematical improbability, Jake Jarman, Courtney Tulloch's teammate, will win the European vault title.
And what was amazing about this vault from Courtney Tulloch was that he actually over-rotated it. That's not what we saw from him in training. He was actually under-rotating a bit. So very close. There's so much that goes on in the rotation of this vault. It's very hard to put it to your feet, and he has been working on it for more than a year now, and he gets closer every time we see it.
Jake Jarman leads on the tie-break criteria by virtue of the single highest scoring vault over Artur Davtyan of Armenia, with Igor Radivilov in third place. Courtney Tulloch's score is 13.5. That gives him an average score of 14.1 in 7th position. And as a result, for the first time ever, a British man is the European vault champion. Look at the closeness of that final, those three gymnasts, and the difficulty of Jake Jarman beat the execution of Artur Davtyan. In 1990, Neil Thomas won a bronze medal on vault for Great Britain. In 2002, Kanukai Jackson. And last year, Regini Moran also won a bronze medal, but now a champion, and his name is Jake Jarman.
So, und jetzt haben wir hier den neuen Europameister aus Großbritannien. Give him a hand, Jake Jarman. Jake, a wonderful day for you and wonderful days for your team, Great Britain.
Yeah, you know, I'm lost for words. Like, this has been an amazing experience, and I couldn't have asked for a better competition.
So you like Munich, you like the atmosphere in Olympic Hall?
Yeah, I love Germany. It's one of my favorite countries.
Oh, das ist schön. Now medal ceremony is raining?
It looks just as nice when it's raining.
Okay, not raining. Medal ceremony. Good luck to you. You will get now gold medal. Meine Damen und Herren, Jake Jarman.
The classified result in the men's vault competition, and one of the closest finals you'll see in terms of the top three. Igor Radivilov of Ukraine, the reigning European champion, taking the bronze. Artur Davtyan of Armenia winning the silver medal, and Jake Jarman of Great Britain taking the gold by virtue of having the highest scoring vault. That's the separation criteria in a vault final. First time ever a British man has been the European champion on vault. Even if he'd won silver, it would have been the best ever finish. We'll bring you the victory ceremony in just a moment for the men's vault competition. Crowd's having a great time in the Olympiahalle because Gefreidi, the mascot, has just done his own bit of vaulting work. Wasn't too bad at all. Another feather in his cap. Good safety roll out of it.
for the men's artistic gymnastics.
Let's have a look back at how the medals were decided in the vault competition, with the bronze medal to Igor Radivillov of Ukraine. The silver medal to Artur Davtyan of Armenia. The champion Jake Jarman of Great Britain.
The medals and champions flowers will be presented by Medaillen und Champions Flowers werden überreicht.
The victory ceremony for the men's vault competition at Munich 2022.
Solveig Jonsdottir, Mitglied des Exekutivkomitees von European Gymnastics. Nikolaus Brobias, Men's Technical Committee, Mitglied von European Gymnastics. Bronze Medalist, Ukraine. Gewinner der Bronzemedaille für die Ukraine, Igor Radivillov.
For Igor Radivillov, against an unspeakable backdrop, against a time in his life that only he could possibly describe, unimaginable circumstances, and yet another extraordinary accomplishment for this man from Mariupol. A 26th medal at a major championships and multi-sport games. The gentleman who finishes one place above him, Artur Davtyan, the Olympic bronze medalist. And in the narrowest of separation criteria.
Gold medalist and European champion, Great Britain. Gewinner der Goldmedaille und Europameister für Großbritannien, Jake Jarman.
Nothing stops Jake Jarman, not even not qualifying for the vault final. He came in as a late replacement after initially missing out in the two-per-country rule. Well, how about the first from your country rule? The first ever British man to win the European Championship vault title, Jake Jarman. He stuck the vault that he didn't manage to land in qualification. It's transformed everything. It's made him a European vault champion. His second gold medal of these European Championships. You know what? He's not had a bad summer, has Jake Jarman. All this after 4 Commonwealth Games gold medals for Team England. That's a lot to get his teeth into. He certainly hasn't bitten off more than he can chew, though. That is clear.
The national anthem.
And we'll now hear the national anthem of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland.
Die Nationalhymne von Großbritannien.
The 1745 national anthem of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, initially written as God Save the King and known for obvious reasons since 1952 as God Save the Queen, played for Jake Jarman and played for the first time ever for a man in vaulting at the European Championships. It means that Great Britain confirms its place at the top of the medal table with 4 gold medals, 9 won overall. Most successful European Championships they've ever had. The hugely impressive Italy in second place, We now have 11 nations that have won medals, courtesy of Igor Radivilov winning a bronze in the vault competition. That is a mighty accomplishment for him. Might well be one of his finest accomplishments. And what have we in store for you? Well, how about the parallel bars final coming up in just a moment or two? The penultimate of these European Championship finals taking place on the last day of competition at Munich 2022. I hope you're enjoying yourselves watching all of the coverage from wherever in the world you call home.